The Incredibles 2 has been a long time coming. You know it, I know it. Of all sequels Disney has forced Pixar to make, though, Incredibles 2 had the most promise, considering the ending of the first left things wide open for a film featuring the whole family working together. While we do get that, might not be quite as much as you'd expect, and honestly, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's surreal getting a film so many years later that picks up literally right where the original left off. We see quite a bit in games, but movies are typically a different beast. Fortunately, through the joys of animation and voice actors that sound as good as ever, seriously, this entire cast deserve huge props for sounding exactly like they did 14 years ago. Pixar are able to pull off this feat and take you right back there. If you were a kid like me when the original Incredibles released, then you may now start to notice and appreciate the themes of family in that film and now its sequel. While watching this, I got to a point where I thought, wow, this is definitely geared towards adults far more than children. Multiple scenes of characters simply talking and working out the differences between themselves, no action, just drama. The trials of being a newly stay-at-home father while made hilarious through some excellent physical comedy are poignant. Scenes with Jack are fantastic fun, but feel more like a break to laugh at the situation Mr. Incredible is in before being thrust back into the reality of the difficulty of raising children, let alone super ones. Animation is about as incredible as you'd expect from Pixar at this point. The detail in everything is simply stunning, while not at all taking away from the superb style. Another thing that makes the series feel more mature is the 60s setting, which is totally refreshing in a sea of modern or fantasy set animated movies. Complementing the setting is a lovingly crafted soundtrack, which stands out even among Pixar films. Don't go into it expecting the funniest animated film ever, though I'd still expect most kids to enjoy themselves. The spectacle of the fights and choreography is on point. It's a blast to see everyone utilising their powers and combining them together. Frozone gets a little extra focus too. While Elastigirl is off doing most of the hero work, that doesn't mean the film feels too one-sided. It's awesome to see her doing more of the action than Mr. Incredible 2, since her power lends itself to much more creative uses. Couple that with a sweet motorbike and you have some of the most fun and kinetic fight scenes in recent animated memory. At the same time, seeing Mr. Incredible out of his comfort zone makes for some spot-on comedy, as well as humanising his character even further than the first did. Incredibles 2 wasn't necessarily exciting from beginning to end, but the age I'm at now, I've grown to appreciate that kind of pacing a lot more. You can see the villain coming from a mile away, however, and the story is generally predictable, but like most Pixar films, it's still a blast to watch. It still conveys a positive and mature message about parenting and family much like the first did. The story might be a bit of a retread of the first. I think I'd prefer to actually see these characters older, but Incredibles 2 was good enough that I'd like to see a third film explore just that. Thanks very much for watching. Another 2 minutes to go, everyone. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it. Thanks so much for your support on this and the previous one. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.